Pause.
Welcome back to another episode of Two Joes and
That's
Pause.
it. You're right.
You got the guys Kitty, Ryan, and Brian, and a special guest appearance from my guy Logan. Logan, what's going on?
What's up? What's up? Yeah. You better subscribe or I'll hunt you down.
Ooh, it's a courtesy
Hey.
night, right?
Hold on, before you go to bed.
Before you go, right? Quick
give us
thing.
your
What
prediction.
what you guys
Houston,
think about
Baltimore.
football?
Baltimore.
Baltimore's
Okay.
winning. Green Bay, San Francisco.
San Francisco.
Okay.
Detroit, Tampa Bay.
Detroit.
Ooh,
And Kansas
that's a
City,
hard one.
Buffalo.
Buffalo. I want
Hey,
Kansas
Logan,
City.
before you go, tell us why do you think
He picked all home teams.
what's your Super Bowl winner and why?
I say
you think?
49ers.
Why the 49ers? Are you a McCaffrey fan or you just think that they have the team this year?
They have the team.
Okay. I like
They're
that.
built
analysis.
better.
They're built better. They're built tough. I like it.
Christian
appreciate it,
built
man.
better.
Hey, thank you, Lo, for tapping in. We appreciate it.
See you, Logan.
Hey, Ryan, he's better than you, bro. You better watch
Oh,
him.
yeah.
He's
Yeah,
better
he
than
just
you,
picked.
bro.
All he did was select favors. What is
Hey,
he? Brian? Just chalk
wrong
over
with
here?
chalk, man?
Just
just chalking. That's it.
home teams only.
Hey, I was on Tampa to win this week. And
Well,
they did.
I
I mean,
Tampa
they were a
didn't
home team,
win.
but they were not the favorite.
mean, they were basically the favorite.
They were, man. The Eagles was dysfunctional,
They were
bro.
plus money. That's all I know.
That was. Did you take the plus money is the question.
Nope, I was
Nope.
busy
What
this
is-
weekend.
What does this
No.
even mean? Kay Harper has low storage space. I don't even know what that means.
I don't know why. I'm not storing anything, so I don't know why.
I have no idea. For local recordings, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know,
Whatever,
bro.
dude.
Either way, I'm pissed off because let's just get into it, bro. College basketball, I'm pissed off because I'm tired of you suck ass teams that are not finishing, bro. Like Memphis, y'all were just up on South Florida by 9, and now you guys are tied. Like, what's up with these ranked teams not playing like ranked teams?
Let me guess, Memphis is on the road?
No, they're at home.
Oh, that's even worse.
That's what I don't understand. They're at home and they are playing a close game, right?
South Florida? I mean, I don't think Memphis is as good as, like, their record, but they should be beating the dog breaks off,
Off South Florida, bro.
South Florida. I don't even know where that is.
It's in southern
It's
Florida.
in southern Florida.
Oh, okay.
It's in Tampa, bro. But that's besides the point. Yeah, I think college basketball has been pissing me off lately. It's been kind of all over the place, and I don't like it. Yesterday was some good games. We had UConn versus Creighton, which wasn't as good. It was a blowout, but it was good to see some head-to-head matchups. Kentucky's been handling business. LSU beat Ole Miss by 9, which it's not surprising. Like SEC, like I think Ole Miss is a bottom feeder team, but who am I to judge, right? LSU is trash in my opinion, but that's besides the point. Oklahoma, they played yesterday. North Carolina is actually looking a lot better. I just think I don't know what your take is on it, Brian, but I think North Carolina, when they play defensively well, it's hard to beat them because they're long pause across the board, and they are. I like how they're coached. Hubert, he's a great coach. I like him.
I mean, I think it helps. They got the players right now. I mean, the big guy, I can't say his name. What's the big guy? He's ugly, but you know what I'm talking about for North Carolina?
Yeah,
you know what I'm talking
Baggett.
about. Anyways,
Baggett. Bogart. Something
like that, man. Anyways, you ever look at him? He's an ugly motherfucker. But
he looks like a monster.
Bro, the dude is fierce underneath. And you need that in college ball. You need big guys, and you need perimeter shooting.
And RJ's been playing a lot better. They need him to shoot, and he's been stepping up as of late and playing a lot better. So, yeah. Bakat, sorry.
Bakat.
Yeah, Bakat. So, Bakat. So yeah, but they're the number 4 team. Houston, they lost a game over the weekend, came back, they won. They're number 5 team right now. Um, you know what team that I really like? Auburn has the same guys they had for last year. And I think that's a sneaky team that a lot of people are not giving credit to that I really like. I like them. I don't understand how Tennessee stays relevant because I feel like Tennessee loses easy games, but uh, Tennessee is still in the top. I think they're like top 5 or something like that.
How they just like got upset?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let me look at it again to make sure I'm in my line. I
They
know
like
that
got outscored by like 20 points in the second half. The last game they played,
they
it
have.
was insane.
It's weird too because I feel like sometimes I'm watching basketball and they only update their number 5 right now. They're number 5. They played on the last time they played was Saturday, but they're number 5 right now. But I feel like sometimes when they update it, it's like wonky because they only do it like once a week or at the beginning of the week. So then the team will lose once or twice and they'll still be the same ranking. You're like, how is that possible? They should be dropped by then. But then by the time we get to the end of the week, another team that was ahead of them lost and now it's kind of like reshuffle again, but whatever. Um, so yeah, college basketball, it's kind of just all over the place right now. We're getting more into conference play. A team that I would say that I had high hopes for that's just kind of fallen off the map as of recently is definitely Marquette. I was expecting them to play a lot better. I thought Shaka Smart had them rolling and they were going to do something big this year, but they are so inconsistent. And it's upsetting because majority of the time I'm betting with them, right? Because I know if they are on their game, it's going to be a blowout. But they've just been really inconsistent. And then I forgot to mention Baylor on Tuesday got blown out by, or not blown out, they lost to Kansas State, which has been a sneaky team as of late as well. You know, at home, like we said before, they play at home, they play really well at home, and they've been beating people. So
Yeah.
that's what I have there for college. And then NBA is the NBA. Like, I'll let Brian touch on that.
NBA, I went up to Boston over the weekend and I saw the Celtics play firsthand.
How was
They're
that?
good. They're good guys. I just want you to know they're
Because
pretty
you saw
good.
them in person, they're good.
Yeah, they're pretty good. No, I mean they played Houston. It's not like they had a big matchup, but smacking Ime like that felt nice for him. I bet. So they won by like 40, I think. But right now in the East, you got a couple hot teams. Obviously the Celtics, they've won their last 3, 7-3 the last 10. They're still the leader of the pack. But then you have Philly, who's been playing fairly well, but I don't like that Embiid seems to sit out a lot. I don't like that when players do that. Just play the damn games. And then Cleveland, they're on a 6-game win streak, 8 of the last 10. Pretty hot team right now. And then even the Knicks have been playing fairly well, 7 of the last 10. So they're kind of all taking off. They're going to be like the top 4 to 5 teams in the East. It looks like Indiana's fallen off. I think Halliburton went down with an injury. I can't remember what it was. It might have been a hamstring or something or an ankle. I can't remember. But he's going to be out for a few weeks. So Indiana's going to fall off a little bit. But I think they'll still hang around, be one of those sneaky playoff teams that kind of can make an upset. They did well in the in-season tournament. They could probably make some noise in the playoffs, maybe.
Well, what do you think about them getting Siakam?
Yes, they got Siakam. As I told you, Siakam was on the market, Kenny.
Because everybody has a price, right?
That's right. Nah, Toronto's, rebuilding. So they got rid of Siakam. He's, 28 or something like that? Just getting in the prime of his career. Maximize what they could get for him now. But on Indy, that gives them 2 good big men, in him and Turner. And then when Halliburton comes back, I mean, that team is going to be good, like I said. They got a lot of pieces. I don't know if they have enough to beat your premier talent, like Boston or Milwaukee or even Philly. But, could they beat Cleveland or New York? Yeah, I think they could in a 7-game series. So
I don't know about New York.
You know, I mean they
lately,
have
like
looked better.
in playoffs, they've been playing like a lot better.
I know they've been playing better since they got OG from Toronto, but it's still, man, the Knicks. They just seem to find a way to lose in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I don't. I think right now Brunson is making an ascension as a player. He's been playing a lot more consistently at a high level, right? Yeah, yeah. We know there was games that he would have, you know, high 20s or mid 30 point games. You're like, okay, we know that he's capable, but he's been doing that a lot more often, just playing like consistent up across the board. I think the if if Randall just not shoot as many threes and he stays to his game of actually going to the paint more, I think they're hard. They're hard to beat.
I mean, I get it, but like it's in the NBA now. It's all about threes. Everybody's got to shoot them, so it's like they're coached to do that now. So I don't think you're going to see him shy away from them.
I thought how you say it? Theobald, right? No, how you say his last name?
Thibodeau.
Thibodeau. Sorry, Thibodeau. I think Thibodeau has kind of like ringed him in a little bit on that. Like, hey, bro, like we got to chill out because every time you do that, we don't win and you don't hit a high percentage of them. Like it can be a part of your game, but consistently you don't hit a lot of threes, bro.
But who are their outside shooters on that team besides Brunson? OG's not really a 3-point shooter. He's more of a mid-range guy.
No, but
slasher.
They have. So you got Hart, right? You got Hart he's like more of a corner three guy. Let me see who else is on the roster. You got Hart, Malachi Flynn, DiVincenzo. He can knock down a three. You got Evan Fournier, which he's shooting. No, for real. He starts though.
He's playing?
Yeah, he plays.
I thought he was about to be out of the league a couple years ago.
Bro, you know how much they're paying him right now? $18 million.
Yeah, well, I get it.
He's averaging not a lot, but he plays. He played 18 minutes.
A game?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But I'm saying overall, you got Quentin Grimes still. You don't have any bona fide suitors. I would say that, right?
No.
So
that's why I think that Randall's kind of got to be one of those guys. Because he's still one of their better shooters. When you got guys slashing like OG and, when Brunson drives and kicks, somebody's got to be there.
Yeah, the best 3-point shooter is, I don't know, that's hard, bro. They don't really have guys that. Right. The best 3-point shooter is Brunson. Yeah. Is Windler. I don't even know who that guy is, right? Then
he probably shot like 1-3.
Yeah, right. Then DiVincenzo is at 43% or 42.5%. Jalen Brunson at 42.5%. Obi's at 42. That's surprising.
For the season or just with the Knicks?
For the season.
Oh, okay.
Which is surprising. Yeah. So.
Well, anyways.
Anyway, yep.
Let's move to the West. So Minnesota's still leading the pack. OKC and Denver are next two in line. They're two games back. Really the only hot teams right now. The Clippers have been playing really well. 8 of the last 10, and New Orleans and Phoenix have both won 7 of their last 10.
We're striking a match.
And then Utah.
Lighten it up, baby.
Utah's been surprising some people lately. 9 of the last 10. They've snuck into the playoff hunt and knocked Houston back because somehow the Lakers just stay at number 10. It's like they're not going to be knocked out, but they ain't going to go anywhere either.
I really hate that they made the 2 spots because I feel like the Lakers now is like, man, it's nothing for us to go to be 10. Like we could just coast and be 10.
Yes. And then you guys are gonna be like, well, we can win one game.
Yeah, we can win one game to get in. Exactly.
Yeah, so it's just crazy.
Why is there so many teams?
Because the last 4 teams, 7 through 10, play one game. or 7 and 8 will play one game. The winner goes on, and then the loser plays the winner of 9-10.
Yep.
And
Well,
the
I get
winner
it,
of
but
that
like
game goes on.
I get it, but you have a whole season,
I know.
82 games, to have it just come down to like one game.
They're trying because the NBA is
And
trying to find
why
a
even
way.
have 10 teams in the playoffs?
I
Like,
get
that's
it.
so many. How many teams are in the league?
30
30.
30. So
or 30, 32.
So that's
Something
30
it's
30.
teams,
30.
10 on each side. So you're telling me 2/3 of the league are in the playoffs every year, no matter what?
Yeah.
That's
Well, I mean, but 4 of those teams they have to play one game to get in.
So you have 2 teams that play one game, or you have one team that plays one game and then 2 teams that play 2 games, and then that's there. So 3 games there, and then the rest are in the playoffs like the normal way.
I mean, I get, like, is that a new thing?
It started COVID, right?
I think it was before that, honestly.
No,
How
I
many
think COVID was the first
teams
year
was it before that?
because they did it in the bubble. That's not the first time they tried it because remember it was like a condensed year, and they're like, "How do we do this?" And they like try that new. You know that they do that. Anytime there's some type of weird shit going on, they're like, "Oh, let's add it in." So they did. I think they did a COVID year. That's from the first year.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good way to add some kind of drama
That's
to
what
the
it is.
sport.
They just want more viewership.
And to be honest with you, I mean, like, basketball's always been that, like, there's always been dominant teams, like, in eras. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's always a team that's like, all right, they're in it every year.
But what's this going to do to it? Nothing.
Add something, I guess. I don't know. Nothing.
I don't know.
Has since this happened, since it's not that long, what's the furthest one of these teams have made it?
Maybe a 10 seed might have made it through the first round.
Yeah.
Like, I think maybe somebody upset the number 1 seed.
No, I don't think that happened.
No?
I was shocked because, I mean, it's the same thing. Like, the NFL just increased to 7 teams, which is ridiculous. That I think I'm like, just they have more teams in the NFL, but then less playoff spots than what they previously had in the NBA, which I think is interesting. Granted, I know it's a different sport. It's a one game, win, lose, you're out, doesn't matter. But yeah. Anyways, sorry.
No, you good. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have much more for NBA. Golden State, they've postponed 2 games because one of their assistant coaches died from a heart attack. Yeah. He was like 46 years old or something like that.
I didn't hear about that.
I forgot his name. Sorry.
Was it Golden State?
Yeah, Golden State.
I thought it was. Oh.
Didn't I say the Warriors? I don't know. Milojevic. Sorry if I'm butchering that name.
I didn't hear about that.
Name? Yeah, he dies after a heart attack.
That's crazy.
And then, if anybody cares, Josh Giddey was cleared for his police investigation. So he's good.
What up, Mitch?
I'm not going to touch that.
Yeah.
Tell Mitch hi, Kenny.
Mitch, what's popping, Braden?
He wants to hear all about Kansas City, but we'll get there.
We're going to get there.
We're almost there.
We will say our piece.
All right, that's all I got. NHL's NHL. The Bruins, though, I went to see them as well. And it's a great atmosphere. You guys should all go to a hockey game. Much better live. Hey, man, we'll go to a Capitals game. I'm sure the tickets might be a little cheaper now because they're not that good. You know? Where are they right now? They got 48 points. What's that look like in the conference? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Go Preds.
They are the 10th seed in the East right now. Unlikely to make the playoffs. They're in the hunt, but I don't see it. Anyways, I don't really have much for hockey, man. It's just a long season. We'll get through it. I like the playoffs.
We all like the playoffs.
Go Preds? Yeah.
What else we got? Are we done?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, we got
let's talk
NFL.
what we came here for.
Yeah, that's what we came.
Man. All right, I'm gonna be honest with everyone. This last week, wildcard weekend,
It was wild card.
was kind of shit.
Was it shit or was it just wild?
I mean, it wasn't really wild. Did you know there was only one game that was competitive? The rest of the games, the teams that won by at least 14 points. I mean, granted, there was some wild stuff that happened, but we'll go ahead and cover it. Let's first start off with the Browns. So the Browns win or lose. They lose their game. So CJ Stroud comes in. They win 45. Texans win 45-14.
Bro, spank their asses. And
Yeah, 2 back-to-back pick sixes.
Joe Flacco, not elite.
I mean, the Browns just were not ready. They were like, they didn't want to play.
We talked about it though. Or I think we alluded to it, but then Brian was the only one that really backed it and said, "Nah, I think the Texans are going to go upset them." Right? We thought like D'Amico Ryans is going to have something. Like he's not a head coach for no reason. Like the man is a different dude on defense. Like the way he coaches the defense and his schemes is next level. I thought that the youth was going to come into play and it was going to be a close game and something was going to happen. I did not expect them to get on that ass like that.
CJ Stroud looks like the real deal. I don't want to get too early on him.
No. It's not too early. He is the real deal, bro. He's been doing it all season.
Kenny.
No.
We've seen guys have one good year and then fall off. I don't want to like.
But most of the time, the guys that have that one good year, guess what they are? They're mobile. It's very rare that the guys are just pocket passes like him the first year. Majority of those guys that we're like, oh man, he could be. They're all mobile. He's not that.
The part that is crazy to me is that he's just so astute. Mm-hmm. Like he's making reads, he's getting through progressions. He's not like it's not like a hey, roll out, just hit the guy in the flats, and then that guy ends up getting a big run after catch. It's like no, he's working deep, intermediate, and then checking it down.
But that never been the problem with him, right? The problem they always said was, is he a gamer? Like, can he be mobile and move? But I think the Ohio State versus Georgia game proved that, like, Buddy he has game. Like, nobody expected them to be in that game, but he has game, right? And I think people probably thought that was a fluke, but I'm a big CJ Stroud fan right now.
You can believe this, or you could believe narratives or not, but I'm a wholehearted believer that like the quarterback position is obviously the most important position on the field. Mm-hmm. I think that when it comes to narratives and quarterbacks, the mental part is probably one of the more important things. So like Brady was as good as he was because he had a chip on his shoulder. I think CJ Stroud losing that game to Georgia put a chip on his shoulder, and like having Carolina trade up to the number 1 pick and then selecting another quarterback right ahead of him, like just puts like I know it's he would have been good no matter what, but I think that kind of stuff matters.
I don't think he really cares about that just because him and Bryce are close. I think his thing is it's more so of nobody ever gives him the chance, right? Like as far as when people talk about him, nobody ever says like, oh, he's a guy. Everybody always says, oh, he's good, but. And I think that's what he's trying to do is prove that there's no but. I am good. Like there's no additional but.
Well, like, he's put to rest that the whole no good quarterbacks coming from Ohio State.
That too.
He's a good quarterback. So that streak has ended.
Yeah.
He is 1 month older than Caleb Williams, who's coming out in the draft this year. And then like a year younger than every single other quarterback. Because most of the QBs that are coming out this year are like 5-year guys.
Because they have the COVID year.
Yeah, that COVID year. But that's great. Great for the Houston Texans. So great win for them.
Do they look good now that they got rid of Watson? Because at first they're like, I can't believe you got rid of a franchise quarterback like that. Miss one, next 15, one coming.
Yeah, they had one reset year, and that was it.
That's it.
They're back.
Bro, think about them. I think their wins projection in the beginning of the year was 4, right? 4 wins? 3 wins? Something like that?
It wasn't high.
to get to the playoffs, I know that those odds are like the same as winning the Super Bowl. Probably like 10,000 plus 10,000 to get to the playoffs.
I'm telling you, the way that team is built now that they have him solidified, these next 3 to 4 years before he has to sign a big contract, they can load up and just start getting him a bunch of talent, and they're going to be dangerous the next couple of years.
But the thing is, they don't even need to get a lot of talent, though.
I know they could do it all on the defensive side of the
Yeah, that's what I was saying, because like Nico Collins, I don't think people give him enough. I thought it was a fluke last year. I didn't think he was actually that good. But Buddy has some tricks in his bag. Like, he really can run to routes. He's not just a one-trick pony.
They're doing this without their boy. What's his name?
Tank.
Bro, yeah.
If they had, oh my gosh. And I like the piece that, yes, Robert Woods is the veteran presence, right? Like, he gets overshadowed because the young guy is balling. But I like that veteran presence because I think like he's making them be or teaching them how to be a pro. Because he's a student again. I feel like you can see it in their plays, like how they progressively have gotten better at the receiver position as well.
When their second tight end is taking a 75-yard screen pass up the sideline and no one's catching them, like that game they could do no wrong. Mm-hmm. It was just an impressive victory. The night game that game, we'll talk about it for Mitch. The Chiefs just put a hurting 26-7 against the Miami Dolphins. The Dolphins didn't want to play in the cold. No. That game was negative, like 26 degrees,
yeah, something like that,
or some shit like that with the wind chill. Patrick Mahomes' helmet was frozen over and then got cracked. And he played 2 plays like that, and then they were like, "Nah, dude, you gotta get out of here."
But that's how you know it's cold when the helmet is cracked. It's hard to crack a helmet like this. Come on, bro.
Unbelievable. I was laughing because Rashee Rice had a great game. He's showing out. He's starting to become his go-to target.
Yes.
Reliable,
like more than Travis Kelce.
Yeah, well, Travis Kelce's he's got a case of the drops. I know it was cold, so it's hard. He dropped like this one pass like right in front of the end zone where he was like completely by himself, and it was like an improv pass that like where Mahomes was scrambling around. He just turns around, he sees him wide open, and that's a pass that Travis Kelce makes every day.
Yeah, but I think I'm giving all the guys a pass because you're catching a brick. Like a speeding brick. Like Patrick Mahomes wasn't throwing like when you saw it, he was still throwing with velocity. Like, bro, the pores are closed on this thing, bro. Just relax. Like, give me some air. He's beaming them. And I'm like, God,
should have used Brady's equipment guy.
I mean, what it sounds like to me is he's just been using the wrong jugs machine. So,
hey, the Swifty
shout
jugs.
out T Swift.
The Swifty jugs.
That's a new iteration.
Anything else you guys got on that game? I mean, I knew it was happening.
Yeah,
that was like a Kansas City was not going to lose at home, especially in like
Miami can't win against a good team.
Bro, the first play when I saw them run the ball with Isaiah Pacheco and the linebackers,
you don't want to get hit by that guy.
They waited until he came past, then jumped on his side. I said, "Oh yeah, I've seen that a lot of times in football when it's cold. Yep. They don't want to be out there,
right?
Yeah,
they don't want to be out there. When you jump in, you're a linebacker. You're supposed to set the tone. You waiting for a guy to run by you and then jump on his side. Like, yeah, come on.
I mean, when it's cold like that, it hurts to tackle.
Oh, I know. And Isaiah Pacheco, little tink, he be
aggressive,
and he probably was a little faster in this game because he was running. He usually runs so hard that he's digging into the ground, but the ground was frozen. So
now he like the road runner, bro. He was running. He was running into them dudes like he was trying to kill him. He was like,
that's how he always runs, dude.
He's know,
crazy.
But it's just the fact that bro, do you know it's negative degrees out right here?
He don't
it's negative degrees. He's like, I don't care.
There's something just a little different up there. Some guys got that, and it's like, good for you, bro.
Yeah.
The shock, not shock game of the weekend was the Green Bay Packers walloping the Dallas Cowboys 48-32. Packers almost put up 50 points in this game. They took the ball, and Dallas only got 32 points late
Dallas
in the
deferred.
game.
Dallas deferred.
No, I'm pretty sure the Packers were elected to receive the ball.
Well, anyway, I'm pretty sure Dallas deferred and let them have the ball.
Either way,
they had confidence in their defense, which then got torched.
Where are the doggone Packers fans
really?
at?
Why aren't they in here?
Yeah,
because I'm giving credit. The defense, first of all, I know Jordan Love played good, but the defense, they were showing out. Well, granted, I don't know if they were showing out or if Dak Prescott just sucks.
I think it was coaching. I think Matt LaFleur outcoached Mike McCarthy. Always,
without a doubt.
He had a plan. Like it felt like Mike McCarthy was just going to do the same thing he was always doing.
That's what he was going to do.
Didn't think that the Packers might watch some film. They might know how to stop it now.
Okay, weird. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean,
I want to pump the brakes though. I get it. Jordan Love had a great game. Hold on though. Aaron Jones, that run offensive running game was great. Aaron Jones controlled the game. The other part is if you look at a lot of the passes, these dudes were wide open. Like
scheme.
Like what Brian was saying, how LaFleur called an amazing game. There were guys wide open, and that move that freaking Romeo Doubs put on Gilmore, where he broke out and he was standing by himself, and Gilmore was like spinning around. He couldn't figure. He's somewhere. Don't get me wrong. Someone has to throw the ball. Jordan Love was throwing to nobody except it was like him, their guy, and then like no one around.
The touchdown to Musgrove.
Oh yeah.
When he went out, he slipped out the back door, and the linebacker just like, okay, go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, how is he that open? Like,
well, I mean, that's typical for a Dan Quinn defense. So, I mean, I wasn't surprised by that. They like to choke in big games. I was more surprised about the offense, honestly.
They took a while to get going.
Yeah, 2 picks. Like, if Dallas's offense hadn't played so poorly in the first half, they might have kept up with Green Bay. It would have been a shootout. But yes. I think they would have kept up.
They couldn't. They took too long to get because in the second half they started getting going. Like Dallas,
but the thing is this: it wasn't like Green Bay kept their foot on the gas. Green Bay was chilling, bro. At the end in the fourth quarter, they're like, bro, we're blowing y'all out. Like we're putting.
Well, yeah, they took their starters out.
I'm telling you.
And then Dallas went down or Dallas got a turnover or something like that, and they were like, okay, well, Jordan Love's come back in.
Yeah, like that's all it was. I think like if it was a Super Bowl, they would probably put 60 on them. Because the scheme was just too crazy.
Yeah, Dallas could do nothing. They could do nothing. Anyways, Jerry Jones decided there was some talks about McCarthy losing his job, but spoiler alert, he's not going anywhere. They've already announced. Mine and Brian's prediction is that Jerry Jones called Bill Belichick and was like, hey, are you available for Dallas? And Bill Belichick told him no. And he's like, okay, well, then I'm just going to stick with McCarthy. I think he knows
he's not good.
I don't think McCarthy's good either, but I don't think that McCarthy's great for Jerry Jones because he's just like Jason Garrett. He doesn't ask questions. He lets Jerry do whatever Jerry wants to do in the front office, and he just coaches the team and puts out the same product every year.
But you would never win with him because he does not know how to make adjustments. I don't know when I've seen this team make an adjustment. He's gonna give you the same thing every time. He's not mixing it up. He's gonna give you the same thing every time. Mr. Vanilla, call him that. No fun.
I don't think that teams don't understand that like when you get to the playoffs, that's why these games are so skewed because they have these vanilla offenses or like they have like however they do things throughout the season, but then when they get to the playoffs, like LaFleur was like, I'm putting everything, like all I'm watching is I'm putting everything in this game. That's what you got this game.
The bag of tricks.
And Dallas treated this game like it was another home game that they were going to have and just steamroll another opponent. So
LaFleur had the towel over his shoulder like he was coach at AAU. He had the towel over his shoulder, dried his hands off.
Yeah,
like,
he had to clean himself up after that.
I'm telling you, making a mess.
Show he put on.
So,
Detroit and the Rams. This was the best, closest game. So it was the one with a little bit of more drama. It was fun seeing the whole Stafford, Goff, the trade that went down. These two going back at it. Eminem in the stands being like, "Listen, Stafford, we were there rooting for you for your Super Bowl. Give us this one." So it was cool watching that. I thought it was a very heartwarming game. It was nice to see the Lions finally get a win in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And with the what was the team that lost? Who was the number 2 seed?
Cowboys.
Oh, and with the Cowboys losing, they get another home game. So
but
Detroit gets to play at home again.
They lucked out because if they would have won the game, then they would have to probably play against Green Bay and would have got that ass tapped. So,
Hey, we got live breaking news right now.
Ooh.
Bill O'Brien is set to become the offensive coordinator at Ohio State.
What?
Yep.
Hold up. At Ohio State?
Yep.
Why?
Where the hell? Man, hold on real quick.
Who's gonna coach the Patriots offense?
Bro, Mayo's gonna bring in somebody on his own. I'm not surprised by it. Like, it's probably best.
Nah. I gotta go. Let me see. What coach?
You got connections, Kenny? Coach Day and all them, or?
Yeah, Coach Day, that was at Temple, but I am talking about Coach Fry. Coach Fry was OC, so I'm like, where Coach Fry going?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe
Patriots. They're just small.
Yeah.
It was a trade.
We will draft one of your guys.
Yeah, if you can get Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
No, I mean, that's awesome. Hey, okay, before we go on to the rest of the games, happy about Goff. Love it. Happy for them. I think that Dan Campbell's like my spirit animal. I love watching this guy. Coach, I love watching his pre speeches, his after speeches, his press conference, all of it. Who are the Lions playing this week? Bucks.
Oh,
Bucks. So I hope they win and they beat the Bucks, and they're going to be in the NFC Championship game.
Can I say real quick about that game?
Go ahead.
Didn't it kind of go the way we all expected it to, though? The Lions jump out and then they give up a lead, and they
Bucks
all
are going to
blew
lose. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we all thought
Stafford got real bad, real hurt, and then toughed it out just like he always does.
Yeah, he always gets hurt in the playoffs.
Yep.
Weird.
And then he comes out and it's like, okay, we get it. You're tough, dude. We got it. You're great.
I mean, I'll save it for our predictions. Never mind. Go ahead.
Sorry, I was distracted.
So, just because we might as well talk about Bill Belichick real quick. He's the odds-on favorite to be the head coach of the Falcons. I mean, he's got his second interview with the Falcons. I imagine these interviews that he's having, you call them interviews, but like, I think it's Bill Belichick interviewing.
For sure.
It's the other way around. It's like,
oh yeah,
I can't imagine Bill's coming in there and they're like, okay, Bill, tell us like what your experiences are. Do you have references? Like, they're not doing
28-3, bro. What's up?
Bill's probably asking him, why did you guys kick the field goal when you guys were up?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why
So
are you still passing when you were up 3 touchdowns?
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
Vrabel is he's doing his interview with the Chargers.
I like that, Kenny. What did the Chargers need? They need someone who knows how to manage the game.
Only
he's a
if they
defensive
keep.
guy.
Only if they keep
Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore.
Who says
If they
they
keep,
don't?
I'm just saying, if they keep Kellen Moore, I love it because I know Vrabel's gonna have the defense right, and he's gonna put those guys in. He's a gamer. I like that.
Yeah.
But if Kellen Moore's not there, I do not like that. I do not like that.
Unless he brings in someone good.
Right.
Unless he brings in the Washington OC. Because that motherfucker is nice.
The enemy?
No. Washington Huskies.
Oh, Huskies.
Like, if Michael Penix can do that, Justin Herbert can eat too. Like, way better than that.
Hey, did Ron Rivera, he got fired, right?
Yeah.
So are they going to have Bieniemy step up or what?
No, I think they're interviewing somebody.
Why don't they let him rock out, man?
I know. Why doesn't this guy get a chance?
I think he's a dick. There's something about him that people just don't like. Oh, they're meeting Ben Johnson.
You know what? They probably have to like interview people outside of the organization to make it fair. But I think Bieniemy's the shoe-in there.
They said they're talking about him being endorsed, and they should obviously hire him. But come on, you know how that goes.
Yeah, I think the difference is like with Mayo. I think it was actually written into his contract that he would succeed Bill Belichick. Like I think that's why they didn't have to interview anyone. But like with Washington, they probably have to. I think there's rules where you have to interview like 2 guys outside of the organization, and then you have to also interview like 1 or 2 people from within your own organization.
How do you like Mayo as the head coach?
We're gonna see, man. I mean, we all can agree that a change had to happen. I'm not saying that Bill can't coach. He's still the greatest coach. Like, so he's gonna do well in Atlanta. I think he's gonna put him in the playoffs instantly. But Mayo, it's gonna be a good shakeup. I think he's gonna bring about a newer and better culture within the locker room. Because he's gonna relate better to these guys. Like Bill Belichick's 70-something years old. He's not relating to these young guys that are 20, 25 years old. So it's just, just a difference of cultures there. And so I think Mayo's going to be well for that. And then, so he's going to get that group to play together as a team. And we'll see how much of the philosophies that he's learned along the way will, pan out. And
how many successful coaches is under Bill's tree? I feel like a lot. Yeah, they're all like failures. Now, I will say the guys that are considered offensive guys underneath Bill should all be caveated as like,
why?
Like those guys that have failed that from the offensive side of the ball, like Bill O'Brien, like.
But he didn't really fail. I mean, he
actually was
in Houston.
Yeah,
like he was good in Houston. He was good at Penn State. Like he's been a good coach. I mean, did things transpire between him and DeAndre Hopkins? Probably. There were rumors about it. Probably that's why he got shipped off. But I also don't think that the owner helped in that situation either. With all the talks about him being racist and all. So and that was part of the reason why Deshaun got shipped off.
Look how that's working out for him.
Well, yeah.
I'm done.
Stroud is Watson if he didn't go to like massage parlors. Like that's what he could have been.
Or maybe he is at the massage parlor.
Oh, maybe they just keep it more under wraps.
Right.
It's like we know how to do it better now.
Yeah. It's
hey,
massage parlor.
One of the least surprising games of the weekend was the Bills beating the Steelers 31-17. Nothing to really talk about there. Josh Allen played like Josh Allen in the playoffs. And I'm looking forward to that game the most this week. That rematch between Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. You want to go? Mm-hmm. That's a cold game. That's
going to be a brick game, though.
Good luck.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But you know what? Both these teams are used to playing in the snow, or in the cold. They're coming off 2 cold games, both of them.
Yeah, but the cold in Kansas City and when there's no trees around compared to the cold and with that lake wind advisory, oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I mean,
different from now on.
I mean, from this game, the game they just played, man, that was like negative.
But it
Which
feels
one?
different with
Kansas
that.
City?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
Yeah,
feels different
Kansas
with that
City's gonna be
humidity.
colder.
Yeah, it feels different with that humidity though. Kansas
Right.
humidity
Yeah.
is not like that.
No. Yeah, the humidity helps. It's
Helps
almost
what?
like it helps with the cold. Like it doesn't feel as cold.
What?
Yeah.
Hell no. The humidity make it feel colder. When that thing wet in
No.
there, okay.
A dry cold is much colder.
Okay.
Trust me. I'm from the north, Kenny. I
Okay.
experienced both.
Lake
Lake
effect is
effect.
brutal.
Lake effect maybe with snow.
Yeah. That's my uncle right there.
You get
He's a meteorologist.
Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
don't
just
care.
kidding. I'm just
No, he's
kidding.
not.
he's
Probably like an accountant or something, man. No, in your family.
No, look at the last name.
Perez.
Perez. He's not that side.
Oh. He's part of the married inside. Sorry.
Boy. Been there, not good. See, he knows. Different, man.
Hey, let's talk about the best game ever. The Eagles got destroyed.
There's nothing to talk about there.
They were so bad. They weren't so bad. They looked like they were given, like there was one player on that team trying, and it was Devonta Smith, and then everyone else was like, "Nah, when's this game over? Trying to go to Applebee's after this?"
You trying to book that flight to Cancun, bro?
What happened there, do you think, Kenny? Did the locker room get lost?
I have no idea, bro.
Oh,
Is it
Oh, okay.
Well, I can tell you what it looks like to me.
Yeah,
What it looks like to me.
tell us Kenneth Harper's opinion.
Yeah, what it looks like to me is that Sirianni doesn't have that locker room anymore. And
If you had to predict, is he the coach?
no. What he showed me, in my opinion, was that he had two good offensive coordinators, as you can tell by the teams where they're at now. And without them, he's really not good. So it's like he was just a face that made him like, oh my gosh, he's a good coach. But you saw what Arizona did when they came in, tapped that ass. And then the Colts, they were very competitive with a Gardner Minshew and AR, who I don't think is really that good, but that's besides the point. And they still had to try to have a productive year and wasn't in the running to still make the playoffs. So I don't think Sirianni is really that good. In my opinion, he's super emotional, and I think as a coach, if you're super emotional, you can't win.
Is he like a defensive guy historically? Like where did he come from?
I don't know what he is. He's not. He ain't coaching. That's why I'll tell you that.
Yeah, like I'm trying to figure out like what's his specialty.
That's what I'm saying. I do not.
He's an
know
offensive guy. Sirianni?
He's an offensive guy?
I'm pretty sure,
even
yeah.
worse then if your offensive coordinators leave and your team all of a sudden implodes on
But
offense.
no offense to the brother, his offensive coordinator this year, he is dog water.
That shouldn't matter though. The head coach can overrule his offensive
I
coordinator.
understand that, but he's.
Do you want to hear something funny, Kenny?
What?
So this is how, like, this is the only thing that pisses me off about the Rooney Rule. You know that he interviewed for the Atlanta Falcons head coach job?
Who?
The offensive coordinator for the Eagles.
Oh, okay.
But like,
who's he? I never heard him.
Brian Johnson.
He got interviewed.
But like, he that's what I'm saying. Like, if you asked anyone around the league, like the Eagles' offense was dog shit all year.
Never heard of this dude.
Right, like at least if
why
he
is
had
he getting
a
ahead?
good year, then okay.
Like,
it makes sense. You're going to get an interview.
Yeah, Benimi, I heard of him. D'Amico Ryans, I've heard of him. I always say his name wrong.
I know.
Benimi. And I'm a second enemy.
Just say B.
B. Oh, I can understand that, right? D'Amico Ryans, I can understand that. Like
right. Like
I understand
have
those
a
guys.
Successful year or two.
Even the OC, I mean the DC at 49ers right now, the older guy. What's his name? Black dude.
Yeah, I should know.
He used to have a coach job. I forgot what his name was. Either way, anyways, if he comes up for a head coaching job, I can see he has a producing unit. This dude, never heard of him, bro. And his play calling is
Steve Wilkes.
Steve Wilkes.
That's right. Yeah, Steve Wilkes.
Dog.
So like, yeah, Yeah, that's why I don't completely like the Rooney Rule. Like I understand, has a great purpose. You want to interview people that maybe you wouldn't have interviewed otherwise, regardless of color. But I think that's how.
Qualified candidates. That's it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
His play calling
candidates.
is trash. Like even when they were winning games, it still was trash. Like it was so vanilla, and it was kind of like predictable. The only thing they were good at was the tush push. That was the only thing.
I'm trying to think of who got a coaching job recently, and the team came out and said that if it wasn't for the Rooney Rule, we wouldn't have interviewed it. Or maybe that was Tomlin. Maybe that was Mike Tomlin back when he got hired. That they didn't know anything about it until they interviewed him and then realized, oh wow, this is the guy.
So Sirianni
that's when
came
the
from
Rooney Rule is good.
Yeah. Sirianni came from Indiana as a wide receiver coach.
Indianapolis or Indiana University.
Indiana University.
Oh.
No, and then he was at Kansas City under Todd Haley in 2009 as an offensive quality control guy. He was in Kansas City until 2012. And then 2013, he was with your San Diego Chargers. And he was like offensive guy, quarterbacks coach, wide receiver coach. And then he was in 2018, he was the offensive coordinator for the Colts from 2018 to 2020.
So how the hell he get a head coaching job? He was them from 2018 to 2020. Their offense wasn't high powered like that.
Yeah, what they
Frank Wright.
You see where his ass is at?
I know, but that's where it came from. It was a Frank Wright hire.
He gonna be right with Frank Wright. Frank gonna say, "Hey, come here, sit right here. I'm warm this seat up on the couch with me, bro."
Man,
that's crazy.
That's rough.
How do you do that, bro? 11-1 and go to 11-6.
Sad.
That's bad.
Hey, congrats to Baker Mayfield. That guy. I mean, he is a gamer. He has 2 playoff victories, one with the Browns and one with the Bucks. And like when he goes to the playoffs, he does pretty well, at least for the first game. We'll see what happens this second game. But hey, he showed up this season.
They have a good chance though because their defense actually is playing really good.
Yep.
And
Bowles has gotten playing really well.
Oh yeah, and when they go, exactly, that boy is a winner. When they go inside that dome, we're gonna really see if Detroit is ready. I think Detroit is good, right? Don't get me wrong. I think Detroit is good, but Devontae David and doggone what's his name at linebacker, and they secondary is still there. Vita Vea is still at the, you know what I mean? Like you got veteran guys that's like, all right, cool. We just gotta get ready for one game. Just take it one game at a time. Just gotta get one game. I think they can get it done.
My only concern is that the Bucks are not really coming off of a test. So as long as they don't go into Detroit sleeping, like they just played the Eagles, who basically beat themselves and laid over. They rolled over for them.
I mean,
but nobody was expecting them to, right? Nobody was expecting to win the game. So it's like, all right, cool, we're ready. If anything, I think that the Bucks have a more fair shot than people are giving credit for, just because they didn't have to go and get all banged up. The Lions game versus the Rams, that was a tough game, man. Like you really had to bring probably more plays out of your bag than you really wanted to, in my opinion.
I really want the Lions to win.
I do too. I want them to get to the Super Bowl. I think that would be super dope if they win the Super Bowl and then, Michigan won the Super Bowl. That'd be like crazy for the whole state.
No offense, Mitch, but since you're a Kansas City fan, you're going to have to deal with what Patriots fans had to deal with for 18 years. I want it to be a Bills-Lions. I would love that.
If it's Bills-Lions, we might go to the Super Bowl.
That's not happening.
I would love that.
I think Lamar's getting there.
Yeah, Lamar. It's going to be Lamar against the Niners.
Bro, the Niners are not getting there.
Yeah, they are.
I'm telling you, they're not
Nobody's
getting there.
beating them.
They ain't getting there, bro.
Look, see that? I'm perfectly fine with that. That's a typical fan that's just had too many Super Bowl wins. He's like, whatever, we'll be there next year. It'll be fun.
It's okay, guys.
That's how I felt. All the Michigan fans tell me, Kenny, how does it feel? You guys lost. We'll retire Nick Saban. I'm like, shit, he only won 6 national championships. We all right.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't talk about that, too. We got a new head coach.
Who is it?
It's Washington's head coach, DeBoer.
Yeah, how do you feel about that?
As long as he bring that damn OC, he good with me. That's my slogan. I love that OC, dog. I love that OC. And I think he's going to probably struggle a little bit just trying to get his feet wet with recruiting. But it's not like he had slouchy jazz at Washington. His receiving core this year was the best in the nation. Where you find those guys at? The coach is in the same place. So,
who's the one receiver? I keep seeing him get mocked to the Giants. Rome?
Odunze.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, that's hey Miss, that's the kicker, right? Saban is staying as a consultant. You got him on your back pocket, like, all right, cool. Yeah. I think the pipeline is I don't know if the pipeline continues because the guys, they want Saban, right? But yeah. Saban being around, I think helps as a plus. But
didn't you just have like a big safety enter the portal? Or corner?
No, both our corners are just going to the draft. Unless, because McKinstry is supposed to be a big pick, and then the same thing with Arnold.
Caleb Downs.
He just went to the transfer portal?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Anybody but him. Oh, my gosh. He's probably going to Georgia. Oh, my God. That just hurt my heart, bro. When did that happen? That just happened today? Yesterday?
17th.
Oh, my. Yesterday.
Yesterday.
God. Bro. Oh, bro. He is the baddest safety in the country. That boy is a true freshman.
As a true freshman, yeah.
True freshman, balling out, and he return kicks. Oh, my. He's different, bro. He's going to be top 5 pick. I'm telling you. For sure, without a doubt. And to your point, Mitch, I definitely agree.
Georgia favored, yeah. Georgia favored.
I know. Kirby got on that phone and said, hey, listen, you ain't getting Nick, but you can get Nick Jr. So, but transfer portal to me, I think, I don't think it's the worst thing to ever happen to college football. That's a little stretch, like the players,
It's the worst thing to happen to college football.
The worst thing? No, that's a stretch. It's not the worst thing, right? I think the rules are not favorable for both parties anymore, but it used to be like that all the time. I didn't think it was fair that guys got to sit out a whole year just to transfer when you might have a coach that doesn't like you. Why do I do that? Why have to sit out a whole year? The coach could just say, hey, fuck you. I don't like you as a player. You're not going to play here. So I got to lose a whole year eligibility? That makes no sense either.
Hayden Proctor says he also plans to enter the transfer portal as well.
Oh, that's an old lineman guy. He's a big time dude too. But I think it needs to be more balanced. The same thing with NIL deal, right? I think NIL, if anything, that's the problem. Not necessarily the transfer portal, but the NIL deal is the problem because right now guys are just going places to get money when it should be a little bit more structured. And I think the NCAA is changing some rules. If guys are not tracking, they're changing the rules, which is going to be a little weird. But now the actual colleges can do NIL deals for the players, which, in my opinion, this sounds like a little NFL to me. Right?
Yeah.
Like, instead of a guy business, an alumni come in and now the school can say, "Hey, bro, we'll give you $800,000
because the schools are going to be missing out on that money."
What? $800,000, bro. We'll give you $800,000. Come here.
Yeah.
But then it has little stipulations in that too, which I think is smart too. They said it's to protect the players, but at the same time, it's like, hey, we're not giving you a lump sum, bro. We're giving you that thing month by month. Please leave. You're going to cut that water faucet right off. Anyway, I digress. You got anything else, Ryan? Who we got? Let's do our picks. Predictions.
I mean, all right. I think I really want to pick Houston over Baltimore.
It's not happening.
The only reason I'm not going to do it is because it's a dome team that has to play outdoors, and it's going to be cold as hell,
bro.
And it's a running game. That's the only reason I'm not doing it. But I will say this: if CJ Stroud goes in and has the game of his life and beats Baltimore, like I will come on this podcast and say he is it. He is it. If
he does that, he should be MVP.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And
because his numbers are MVP worthy. Yeah. And if you beat the front runner on MVP, then what does that tell you?
I agree. I think that this should be it. I mean, I know he missed a game or so because of injury, but concussion. But I think that since they don't decide the MVP until like right before the Super Bowl, I like that the NFL does that.
Yeah,
because playoffs matter. You can't be the MVP if your team's like not in the playoffs.
Yep.
So if he wins this game, I'll be a firm believer. But I think it's going to be closer than we think.
No, I didn't say that. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I just don't think they have a chance of winning only because I think Baltimore is on a mission, and I think
I don't know.
John went and saw his brother win one. He can pump him up a little bit.
This is Lamar's year.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I think they're both gonna play with their hair on fire, but I think Lamar really is like, I have something to prove because not only do I want to let you guys know that I'm that guy, but you guys still pay me money and I'm still producing at a high level. Because what other quarterback has been paid that money and still producing at a high level like he's doing right now? Not a lot. Most guys get their money and they disappear. So I like Baltimore in that pit. I like Baltimore and I like the Bills.
Yeah, I got Baltimore winning.
I mean, I have Baltimore winning, but I really don't want to pick Baltimore.
And what's the other game? Kansas City and
the Bills. Yep.
Kansas City Bills.
Yeah, Kansas City's winning.
No.
Bills. I got the Bills in that game. I think that there's something different about that team. They've been tested. They've been battle tested this year, and I think they're going to win this game. Yeah, I mean they were 6-6 or 6-7. Like they were pretty bad.
Right, they're rolling right now, and I think not only is that they're rolling right now, they're getting contribution from everybody. It's not just a Josh Allen show.
Problem is, I don't trust that Bills defense to stop anything.
I don't either. But who do you trust on the KC besides Rashid Rice and sometimes Travis Kelce? Who else?
Pacheco's going to run through that team.
No. Tink ain't gonna eat like that.
Okay.
No, he's not.
I'm willing to bet he's gonna have 100 yards.
Their front. We put $50 on that. He won't have 100 yards.
Okay.
We put $50 on that. Their defensive front is way better than doggone Miami's.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
He's not gonna get that.
Buffalo's been ran on almost all year, dude.
I'm not saying they haven't, but I'm just saying that it's not going to be that situation where they can just run the ball. They're going to be trying to throw that shit because that's what the Bills going to do.
This is going to be a shootout.
Yeah.
Or an attempted shootout. Pacheco didn't even have 100 yards last game. And they were winning most of that game.
Well, yeah, but that's because he could take a breather because the game was over from a
snap. No, dude had 24 carries. He is the type that gets stuff.
And then
beautiful 15-yard run. Stuff. He had 3.7 yards a carry last game.
Don't listen to him, Ryan. It's easy money. Don't listen to him, Ryan. It's easy money.
The problem with Pacheco, everyone likes him because like when he does a nice long run, it looks like he's working so hard. He's because of how cool it looks. Mm-hmm. But I don't think he's their long-term running back either. I think they'll eventually find another guy that's
on discount.
Take over. Yeah, it's cheap.
Okay, so what else we got? Packers in what? Lions? No, Packers
and San Fran.
San Fran. Okay.
I think San Francisco wins that game.
I like the Packers, dog.
You pick the Packers. I'll pick Houston.
I like the Packers, dog.
All right, I'm picking Houston then.
Listen. This is what I'm saying. Look, if LaFleur gets back into his bag like that, and he's playing against his buddy, I like the defense, giving him a run for the money, and I think it's going to be some things happen. I don't know if Brock Purdy is going to really show up.
I think San Francisco's got too many weapons.
They do. They got a lot of weapons.
They just get too many.
Didn't Dallas have a lot of weapons?
I mean,
but
outside of CD, I mean, not really. Not like San Francisco's weapons.
Okay, I understand. I would agree to that. They're a broke man version.
Right.
Pollard was kind of underwhelming all year.
Yes.
I think San Francisco, you could be like, all right, we're shutting down McCaffrey. It's like, okay, well, here's George Kittle, here's Brandon Ayuk, here's Debo Samuel. He's like, jeez.
All three of those guys are like all pros, basically.
Hey, you know the thing about it? A lot of teams can say that. A lot of teams can be like, hey, man, we got ballers. Da, da, da. But you just got to stop it. Yeah. I'm sure Dallas didn't think they were going to get punched in the mouth like that either. We'll see.
Yep. And then Detroit, Tampa Bay. I'm taking
Tampa.
Detroit.
Tampa.
It's a toss-up with me.
All right, I'm finally taking Houston. I'm taking like Houston over Baltimore.
I want to take Detroit, but something's telling me Tampa is going to upset.
Tampa.
Detroit's winning that game.
I don't think so.
All right, so Tampa and Tampa versus the 49ers. Brian obviously has the 49ers. Yeah. Kenny, in that scenario.
Well, I have to choose a scenario. All right, I'll go if it's 49ers versus Tampa.
Oh, you have the Packers. If you have the Packers. Yeah, if you have Packers, Bucks.
I'm taking
the championship game everyone predicted.
Oh all the shit we talked all year about the Packers, and you're gonna put them in the Super Bowl right now.
Literally,
if they beat the 49ers, then yes.
Well, I'll tell you this right now. Look at how quickly things have changed for Kenny. I was trying to find out what we predicted last week for the podcast, and we were picking the Dallas game, and I was listening to it at the beginning of the pod when you guys were talking. Kenny goes,
"No
Dallas. I don't think the Packers are that good." What what a week will do. He's like, all right, they're in the Super Bowl from I don't think they're that good to Super Bowl.
Is this coming from Mr. Houston? Hey guys, Houston got enough to get there. They got enough. They got enough to get there.
They got enough to beat Baltimore.
So if Houston got enough to beat Baltimore, why can't Green Bay have enough to beat the 49ers?
Oh, no, I do. I just think it's funny that you.
So you think the 49ers are better than the Baltimore? Because history shows that they're not.
I think San Francisco's better.
Yeah.
Even though they got blown out at home.
Yeah. I think that's different.
Oh, okay. A neutral site would be better for them.
Right.
Okay. All right.
But my biggest concern is that Lamar's postseason record. Like that's my big.
Why are we worried about postseason record? Why are we worried about that right now?
Because if I'm coaching against the Baltimore Ravens and I'm a good coach, which we can all agree that we think Gerard Mayo is a good coach, right? Or what's his name? No, I get him mixed up. The fuck's his name now?
D'Amico Ryans.
Yeah. Same shit.
All black guys look the same? Golly.
No. They both played linebacker. They both
Mayo, Ryans,
they played linebacker. He's gonna look at he's gonna look at the game that Lamar was in for the postseason, and he's gonna see that as long as you force him to have to throw, as long as he can throw the ball this year, I get it. His offensive coordinator is different than it was in years past. That's a big factor. I hope
Tom Wilkin does not get enough credit. Well, he's scheming right there for that balance. Come on, man.
But I agree with what Ryan's saying. If you can stop their run.
But that's before they had any receivers. We're talking about this when Lamar had nobody. He was thrown to Marquise Brown.
Yeah, I don't care.
Now you got
thing.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers.
You make him one-dimensional, he's gonna mess it up.
Rashad Bateman.
Dude, the year he had his MVP season, yes, he was throwing to nobody, but he still threw 36 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And he lost in the divisional round.
Is he? All right. Okay. I'm not going to carry on. I continue. I can go on all night with this, so I'll let it be.
All right. CJ Stroud, baby. Houston.
Well, I don't have anything for BK bets. Brian, do you?
No.
Hey, if you guys want to, I got one thing, I guess. If you guys want to gamble a little bit, go ahead and throw $50 on the Green Bay Packers to the Super Bowl. That's all I'll say. Anyway, as always, you said that's your uncle, right? Uncle Caesar. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
Mitch, we appreciate you. Everybody that's tapping in right now. Caitlin, we appreciate you. Like, subscribe, follow, share with your friends. And then, enjoy this weekend. For the people that's up north, stay safe with all the snow that's going to come our way. And then, we'll see you guys next week. Peace. Next week, by the way, next week we're probably going like Tuesday, right?
Probably Tuesday.
Might be early next week, so stay on the alert for that. Set your notifications. Peace.